Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Hello, little learners. Welcome back to our learning space. My name is Miss Laura. Can you tell me your name? I love hearing your names each week. So you might notice I have a special hat on today. It's a chef's hat because later on today we're going to be doing some cooking, and that has me feeling excited. Maybe you're feeling excited like me. And excited is a really good feeling, but it can also be a very strong and overwhelming feeling. And you might need to use some tools to calm yourself down, especially if you're expected to be quiet, like at a doctor's office, or if your parents are making an important phone call. So let's see, what tool should we use? I think that we'll use, my flowers today. Look at my beautiful pink flowers. To help me calm down, I'm gonna blow and smell the flowers like this. Smell the delicious flowers one time. And then I'm gonna blow the pollen away. On these flowers, it's the dust. Let's do it one more time. Ready? Blow. Smell the flowers. And blow the pollen away. Maybe one more time. Smell the flowers. And blow the pollen away. As you breathe, you'll start to feel your body relax and calm down, and you're much better able to focus that way. Another way that you might check in on how you're feeling is by looking in the mirror. You know I always encourage you to do that. So let's see what letter I'm going to build so we can do our letter mirror. So just like we've been starting all week, I'm going to start with a big line going straight down. And then we're going to do not a little curve, but a big curve. We're going to put that right here. What letter have I made? That's right, it's the letter D. D for delicious. I don't know about you, but all this talk about gingerbread cookies is making me want one. Don't tell the gingerbread man. Okay, let me grab my letter D mirror. I'm going to look and see how we're feeling. Ooh, I think I know how I'm feeling. Now it's time for you to check in on how you're feeling by watching the video. Let's watch together.
Can you point to the picture that shows how you're feeling? If you don't see a picture that matches how you're feeling, say you're feeling out loud. If you're having a strong feeling like scared, sad, or angry, take belly breaths. That might help calm your body down.
Hey boys and girls, I'm so glad that you took some time to check in on how you're feeling. Don't forget to check in on those around you. It's so important to do that at least once a day. Now we have a special friend today that shared their picture. Her name is Quinn. See, Q for Quinn. And I don't know if you can see what she's holding, but it's a gingerbread girl. That's right. It could be a gingerbread man, a gingerbread girl, anything you'd like. She made this with her class via Zoom or via Teams. And look, I don't know if you can see her face, but she's smiling with teeth. Now, I want you to think about how you would feel if you got to do a special project with your class or your friends. Would you feel playful? If you would feel playful, your body might look something like this. Yay! Or would you feel stressed? If you're stressed, your body might look like this. Let me see. Can you make the face that you would feel? Ooh, I see lots of playful faces. I think that Quinn was feeling playful in this picture too. I'm so glad that she got to share. Now, boys and girls, I want you to be able to share your pictures. Don't forget to send them in here to the PBS station at the address below. All right, let's ring our bell and see what we have going on today. We have our emotional check-in. We're going to do a weekly investigation. Remember, we're learning about the gingerbread man. And then it's going to be time to sing our goodbye song. So before we move on to our intentional message, let's do a quick movement. Let's see what letter we're going to get. Da, 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 da. Letter T. T for touch. Touch your tongue. Now, we don't want to do that. Maybe we'll just stick out our tongues. Let's see. The one time I'm going to let you stick out your tongue at me. Ready? Go. All right, let's walk over to our intentional message and then we'll get started with our cooking. All right. It says, we are learning about the characters in the book The Gingerbread Man. Characters are the people, animals, or things in a story that can think, feel, or act. So to end off our week, I thought we would make some gingerbread cookies. Are you ready? I have all my ingredients right here, and I have my recipe right here. Now you can use any recipe you'd like. This one just happens to be my favorite. So the very first thing that it calls for is 3/4 cup of brown sugar. So I have some brown sugar here. Do you see? It doesn't look like regular sugar, it's brown. So I'm gonna get my 3/4 cup. This is my 1/4 cup measure, and I'm gonna need 3 of these guys. And I'm gonna put it in there. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, what do you know? Just enough. A little extra for sweetness. Okay, now it's so fun when you cook with family members because there's so much math that you can learn from cooking. You have to measure things, check off the ingredients. Which one's our next one? 1 whole stick of butter. Oof, this is not healthy at all, but very delicious. And this is melted, so it really mixes in. Let's pour in our stick of butter. Here we go. Oh, delicious. Sugar and butter, my favorite. Let's see what's next on our ingredient list. 2 eggs. Here we go. Here are eggs. 1, 2. Now, do you know where eggs come from? They don't come from the supermarket if you said that. They come from chickens. Now, let's crack open our egg and hope that none of our shell gets in the bowl. Ready? Oh, nice and cracked there. 1. And let's do another one. And 2. Now, I may not get far in this recipe. We'll see based on time. 2 eggs. I'm going to give it a quick mix so you can kind of see where we're at. Nice deliciousness. I mix it until I don't see any more yolks in there. It just looks like one color. All right, let's see our next ingredient. Ooh, 1/4 cup of molasses. So molasses, if you've ever tried it, is like a really smelly honey. It smells really interesting. So let's see. Ooh, okay, we're gonna put some molasses in there. And then 3 3/4 cup of flour. Let's put that in. Here's my flour. Now for this recipe, what you don't see are the instructions. So this called for sifted flour. With sifted flour, that means that you have to pour it through one of these things called a sifter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my flour and get my cup going right here. And I need 3 3/4 cup of flour. Let's see. 1. We're just gonna put it in. And look, it looks like it's snowing. Look at that. And we're gonna sift it through, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there's all these little white particles that look like snow. We're gonna have to go a little bit faster because of time and think about what comes next. Ooh, the fun part, all the spices. Next we have ginger. Now I wanted to show you, boys and girls, while I sift here, what ginger actually looks like. So you might see ginger in a spice can, but this is what ginger actually looks like right here. Look, isn't that an interesting root? And then when you get it in the store, it looks like this, all ground up. So we're gonna finish sifting here really quickly. Make it snow, make it snow. It gets really messy. Do you ever make a mess in the kitchen? I do all the time. At least the end result is worth it for some people. Miss Laura is not a very good cook, so I burn a lot. So it's a mess, and then I don't get to eat it. Not very good. Okay, so ginger, let's get our ginger. So I have my measuring right here. And this says 2¼ teaspoon of ginger. So that's kind of what I have here. We're going to put that in. There we go. And then we're going to add some baking soda. Now, baking soda comes in a bag like this, like that. And then we're going to add, let's see how much, 1½ teaspoons. So we're just going to do half of this little guy right here and add it in. Now, baking soda is what we call a leavening agent, so it makes actually the cake or the cookie rise up. So if you add more, it'll get really puffy. Next, we're going to add salt and cinnamon and nutmeg to taste. That means you're going to add as much as you think you'd like in your cookie. So cinnamon, yes please. I like my gingerbread very spicy. And some nutmeg right here. I'm going to add just a little bit there. And salt. Last ingredient, we won't forget it. Here we go. Salt, salt, salt. Okay, it's not cooking with Miss Laura until I have flour all over my face. So let's see if mixing it is going to make that happen. Now, when you're with your parents or your family, something that you can do when you're mixing is you can play a game called Alphabet Stop. So you can say the alphabet like this, and then your parent or your family member says stop, and then whatever letter you land on, you have to think of something that starts with that letter. So I keep going. So if I were to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, stop. Oh, let me think. K, karate, kick. Okay, it's starting to come together. I don't know if you can see. It's turning into a mound. So back in the day, they didn't used to have machines to mix up their dough. They used to have to do it by hand. But luckily, we have machines now. That makes my arms very weak, though, because I don't have to strenuously stir. So when you're all done with your dough, it is going to look something like this. And what you get to do is you get to use one of these things called a rolling pin, and you get to roll it out and make different shaped cookies. I hope that you get to bake with your family at home. Right now, it's going to be time to ring our bell and go over our week. Let's walk over there. Okay, let's see what we accomplished today. My recipe's in the way, but I have it memorized. We did our emotional check-in, and we worked on the gingerbread man all this week. We studied the characters, did rhyming with them. We even did beginning sound. And now it's going to be time to sing our goodbye song. Are you ready to sing that with me? Okay, let me flip my chart over, and we'll sing it together for the last time this week. All right, here we go. Chart, come around. Ooh, I get to be on this side of the song. That never happens. Ready? A, B, see you later. D, E, F, G, I'm gonna miss ya. H, I, have to go now. J, K, bye-bye now. L, M, N, O, I had a good time. P, Q, R, you gonna miss me. S, T, you are my best friend. V, W, X, Y, Z. Thank you for singing with me. We'll see you next time, my friends. Goodbye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.